welcome to Enriched Lives, where you're worthy, you're blessed, and you are a creator. That's right. You're worthy, you're blessed, and you are a creator. Hello, I'm Brother Charles, and we have another fantastic topic for discussion for you today. But before we get into that, let me make this little brief announcement. Not announcement. These are some words, some values about words. Your beliefs become your thoughts. Your thoughts become your words. Your words become your actions. Your actions become your habits. Your habits become your values. Your values become your destiny. These are the words of Mahatma Gandhi. Very fine information, my friend. Be careful because it all starts with your thoughts. It does. It starts with your thoughts. And of course, this program is about you. It's not about anybody else but you. But before we get into our discussion, let me say this. If today is the day that you arrived upon the planet, let me say this. Happy birthday to you. That's right. Happy birthday to you. Why? Because you are somebody God didn't make any junk. You are somebody. You deserve the best. I know you've been told that you don't deserve. Yes, you do. You deserve the best. Just as everyone else can have the best, so can you. You deserve the best. That's right. And again, happy birthday to you. If this is the day that you arrived upon the planet. Today we have another fantastic topic for discussion, and that, my friends, is one that we all are partakers of, whether we like it or not. The day that you arrived upon this planet, you begin to be a partaker of this particular topic that we're going to be discussing. And that, my friends, of course, as we always like to do, is we like to use biblical scripture for our foundation and principles for our discussions. And today is no different. Our topic for discussion is coming out of the Gospel of Matthew, the 25th chapter, and the 15th through the 27th verse. The 25th chapter, the 15th through the 27th verse. Of course, on the 14th verse, it gives us a very interesting example about the kingdom of heaven. And he says it is likened to an individual that went out and he called his subjects in to do some things for him to make some investment. Gave him some goods. Okay, so in other words, he gave him some money. That's what he did. Basically, he gave them some money, some nice money. And these individuals were to take that money, and this is what they were. He gave one 5 talents, he gave another one 2 talents, and he gave another one 1 talent. He gave them to their, according to their abilities, shall we say. But anyway, long story short, our topic is about this particular discussion. What these individuals did, and what we're going to be discussing today is risk. That's right, risk. You and I take risk on a daily basis. We take risks. Oh, I don't take no risk. Yes, you do. You do. Everybody takes a risk. You take a risk whether you do it, whether you get up in the morning, you leave out of your house. There is no guarantee you're going to come back. See, so we all take risks. This is about the talent. So these individuals were given a huge responsibility. They took risks. Now, there's some biblical characters that took risks. We'll talk about some of those in a few minutes, but let's look at these individuals. As to one, he gave 5 talents, and then he gave another one 2, and then he gave one 1. Now, this is money. This is money, okay? So now what happens here is that these individuals have been given a responsibility, but they had to take a risk in order to increase. See, nothing's going to increase for you until you take some risk, my friend. I know you want to take the safe side of it. No, if you want to grow and develop, you're going to have to take some risk. And that's what these guys did. They took some risk. The guy that had the 5 talents, he doubled that. The one that had the 2, he doubled his. But the one that had the 1, that particular individual, he took his money and hid it. He said, I knew this guy. He's a tough guy. He's hard, man. I don't want to get on the bad side of him. So he didn't do anything to money. He could at least put the money in the bank and let it draw some interest, but he didn't. Long story short, risk involves the possibility of loss. That's right. You can lose in taking a risk, you see, but you can also gain. So here's the beautiful part about risk. When we take risks, there has to be an objective. There has to be an objective. So if you want a better lifestyle, if you want a better life, then you're going to have to take the risk to leave some of those friends that you got behind. You have to leave the environment that you got behind. You have to make some changes in your discipline as to how you see yourself. In order to do better, you're going to have to take the risk of stepping out into unknown, uncharted territory. See, and risk involves, it involves stepping out. getting out of your comfort zone. And that's very interesting because most people don't want to do that. They don't want to do that. They don't want to take any risk. Therefore, they don't grow. But the ones that step out, the ones, hey, I want a better life. These are the ones that grow. These are the ones that really grow. So, well, what if they fail? Well, you're going to fail. See, here's the secret. Failure lies in failure. On the other side of failure is success. You go through failure to get to what? Success. So in order to be prosperous, in order to do those things that are pleasing your sight, to get to the other side, what you want, there are going to be some times you're going to fall, you're going to fail, but failure is not a determinant as to devaluing who you are. See, when you have the commitment and the strength and the sagacity and the tenacity and the determination to move forward, it doesn't make a difference what kind of failures you hit. You just get on and say, hey, it ain't nothing but a setup for a setback for a comeback. I'm going to go through this thing. See, those individuals that are willing to take risks, these are the ones that move forward. These are the ones that move forward. We've heard the story many times about David. David, the little shepherd boy that goes out there to fight the giant Goliath. Now, looking at that story, is well, the Lord was with him. Yes, he was with him, but here, David took a risk. He took a huge risk because everybody else was scared because they knew that if they got in front of that giant, he was going to kill them. So when it comes down to a point of you taking risks, the loss can be tremendous. But if you have the faith, if you have the courage to step out there and take that risk, the rewards can be exceedingly beneficial and grateful beyond that what you thought about. So here, this shepherd boy takes the risk, goes out to fight the giant. He takes the risk and he gets out there, and what does he do? On the other side of this battle, on the other side of this victory, there is a kingship beyond his imagination, beyond his fondest dream. The kingship was waiting because what? He took a risk. It's very interesting that you and I have the ability to take risks. Now, in relationships, there are risks. There are risks involved in relationships. Yes, there are risks. You don't know if it's going to be okay or not, but you have to be what? Willing to what? Take the risk. And when you do, my friends, then that's what happens. When you take the risk, things begin to what? Change. See, you have an objective in mind. And when you have an objective in mind, then you take that risk. See, no matter, you're not going to let anything turn you around. You're going to keep moving forward. You're going to move forward. See, because why? You're willing to take the risk. You're willing to take the risk. So when you think that you deserve a bigger house, you think that you deserve a better car, well, let's go out and get it. Oh, well, it's going to be some hardship. It's going to be some sacrifice. That's okay. We're going to do that. Why? Because we want. We're going to take the risk to get what we want. Whatever it is that you want, be willing to take the risk to what? Achieve it. See. So you're not going to grow. There are some individuals say, if I hadn't took the risk and left that job, I'd still be back in that same old situation, doing the same old thing. But I took the risk. I left the job, and I took that course, and I bettered my situation. Now look where I am. See, you're going to have to take risks. You're going to have to take risks. Now, there are those individuals that don't want to take risks. There are those I've been playing. They don't want to change. They want to hold on to right where they are. They don't want to change. They're not going to grow. You cannot grow and develop without taking some risks, my friends. Doesn't make any difference who you are. Everything has to grow. And when things grow, it is meaning that there are going to be some risks involved. When you want to become a better individual, there are going to be some risks involved. There are going to be some friends that you want to drop along the side. You got to leave some people alone. You got to move into different areas of your life. Why? Because you want to grow and develop. So it involves risk. Well, what about the job you put in for? No problem. What if they turn you down? That's okay. Might not be the one for you, but at least you stepped out there and you applied for it. See, until you and I begin to see how important it is for us to be willing to take a risk, then you're not going to be able to understand how prosperous it is for you to enjoy the fruits of your labor, to take the risk to go out there and do something. Get out of the comfort zone. Get out of the comfort zone. Don't be afraid. See, the main thing that holds people back from taking risks is fear. Fear will stop you from standing up, making a speech. Fear will stop you from letting your opinion be made known. Fear will stop you from doing that which you know you want to do, but you are afraid of rejection. See, fear is a major setback. Now, but the Bible says that God has not given us the spirit of fear. So anytime you are getting ready to take a risk and stuff where there is an objective that's going to be beneficial to you, fear not. When your desire to succeed is greater than your fear of failure, you will what? Succeed. So don't be afraid to take a risk, my friend. Why? Because you deserve the best. The risk takers, that's those individuals that stepped out. They stepped out the comfort zone. See, nothing would be better in this world if people had been willing to take risks. They take risks in the medical field. They take risks in the sports field. They take risks in education. There are risks everywhere. You're going to have to go beyond what's the normal and step out into uncharted territory. You take a risk. But the benefits are so beneficial. The advancements are there. But it comes with a price, the price of risk. So, if you don't get anything else out of this particular discussion today, be willing to say, hey, I'm willing to take a risk. Add up the cost and look at your objective. When your objective is greater than your fear of failure, go to it. Take that risk and succeed, my friend. Until next time, this is Brother Charles with love, joy, peace, and happiness. May these virtues forever be in your life as we walk upon this good earth that God has given us. And my friend, give us a little like, give us a thumbs up on this here, and be willing to what? Take a risk. And we don't take anything for granted. We thank you for taking the time to watch this particular program. Till next time, you be blessed.